that's smooth! Jeez, I got loose there. Bit too cheeky into that one.
We thought we were in for it when the weather forecast showed basically no wind at Hoogies. While we were disappointed because it was breezier than expected, we got so much more than we bargained for in another way. We stumbled across a feeding frenzy of birds, and both got lost in it for the better part of an hour. Almost the most ridiculous thing of all, though, was that we got to witness the whole thing from start to end, basically. And it was a series of events out of our control that got us to the parking lot for this ride hours later than we had originally planned on. I really don't think words or images can properly get across what this experience was like, but I'll give it a try.
Whoa, that's smooth! Well played, son. That's a bit loose right at the end.
That one was a tad windy towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder what it is.
So it all started with one yellow-billed kite coming around the hill, and we stopped quickly to have a look. But soon after it, another one came, and another after that. All of a sudden, we were covered by a swarm of birds overhead, diving down but never touching the ground. At its peak, there were probably 30 birds overhead, and that wasn't counting the many crows who also made an appearance. We could see them looking down and diving, but we couldn't see what they were diving for. Eventually Josh noticed that after some dives, they would raise their feet to their mouths, seeming to eat something, and eventually we got close enough to see the thousands of flying ants on the floor, with some of them taking off and being grabbed out of the air. The crows didn't seem to be agile enough to grab the flying ants out of the air, and were just copying the yellow-billed kites, but eventually figured out that they could just land on the ground next to a bunch of the ants and have an easy feast. The birds all got so comfortable with us that we eventually slowly went and sat down right underneath where they were diving, and some birds would swoop down within 10 centimeters of our heads. Eventually all of the birds seemed to have had their full and slowly started dispersing, and we decided that we should get back on the bikes before it got too late in the day. But even in the moment, we could tell that this was going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It really was a surreal experience, and there was so much more to it than just seeing the birds at work and being so close to them. There was a feeling that had us transfixed that I can't put into words, and the videos absolutely don't do justice. It honestly felt like we had walked into a magic book.
Yeah?
So, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
So much speed.
Ow. Jeez, I got loose there. I don't know what happened to my back wheel, but it just decided to do its own thing. Come on, boys. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, that was good. I am just so tired. Oh, that breeze coming around the corner. Yeah, that wasn't pleasant. Yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah.
That was not scary.
And now how's it still a headwind? That was the same wind I had through there last time. Woo! Bit too cheeky into that one.
That looks fun. That's all right.
Yeah? A little bit breezy, not too bad.